Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Stardom Review, a seemingly now weekly review where myself and my regular co host, Andre C., review the amazing all women's Japanese wrestling company known as Wonder of Stardom. I'm your co host, Melball Collins, and unfortunately, my amazing co host, Andre C., was unavailable this week to join me on the stream here. So, unfortunately, you just get to deal with me and my imagination, as Andre is certainly the more well versed individual in regards to like moves and move sets, stuff like that. So unfortunately, we miss his color commentary today. However, you get a Mel Ball, and we're going to be talking about the amazing Triangle Derby that's been going on within the Stardom company. It is absolutely amazing so far. We are on, I believe, our fifth night that we have had so far. We did review night one already. We are going to do night 2, 3, and 4, which is January 6th, January 7th, and January 9th in today's episode. So without further ado, we're going to get into it. So January 6th, actually only featured one match from the Triangle Derby. So we're just going to, or we, me is going to go through it really quickly just to let you know kind of what happened, because there were a few other really fun matches that happened throughout this kind of night. So the first match was the first match. It was a singles match, and it was between faction members Waka Tsukiyama as she took on her colors and Triangle Derby teammate Rina Amikura. I love Rina Amikura, and what I've been seeing of her, she is just so overly excitable, so happy to be there. I love how when they first started the match, Rina is very, very loud, very audible, very, when she says, let's have a good match, she is just projecting it into your soul. Waka just internalizing all of that and bringing it back to her, so showing that she is just absolutely ready to get into this match. This was actually a really fun match. Waka fighting very, very hard because, as we are aware, she is kind of on borrowed time with the Cosmic Angels. Tom Nakano saying she's got about 3 months to pick up a win before she will be essentially kicked out of the Cosmic Angels. So Waka fighting super, super hard. This match in particular, Waka was just really, really high energy, really, really going for it. Particularly at the end of the match, she actually had so many near falls that I was actually on the edge of my seat, just hopeful that this was going to be the match that I see Waka Tsukiyama pick up that win. Alas, Rina manages to pin Waka after what they labeled a double Amen Buster. It for me, I can't even accurately describe it. The hold was very strange up on the shoulder when she came down, but again, pinning Waka for that win, showing tremendous support afterwards, also to Waka, helping her to the back. This is a very interesting story that they're doing with the Cosmic Angels. I am very interested to see how it kind of goes, and if Waka is allowed to remain within the Cosmic Angels after a few months, or if she will just somehow pick up that win. You got to keep watching and just find out. So from here, we're going to go on to match 2, which was a tag match that featured Lady C and Maika from Donna Del Mondo taking on Yu and Yuna Mizumori from the Neo Stardom Army. Um, Man, this was a fun match. We have 3 absolute powerhouses that are in this match, and then we have the very tall Amazon, very striking Lady C. You and Micah starting off with some chain wrestling at the beginning of this match. Very, very nice change of pace. The women do tend to start very quickly in Stardom. So seeing this chain wrestling breakdown with you and Micah, again, Micah being one of my personal favorite and girl crushes within this company, she did very, very well. They did kind of do the first couple minutes of this match just going back and forth, rolling around on the ground. And it was actually a really nice change for me to see you going from that absolute powerhouse striking, just putting people down, to doing something a little different. I appreciated the highlight for sure. Yuna and Lady C really used the speed and picked up the speed for this match. This is kind of like my introduction to Yuna was this Triangle Derby, and she is just an absolute dream to see. Very colorful. I love her outfit. She's got this lime green kind of extension in the back of her head. Very excitable, very high energy, very nice breath of fresh air. And I think it's a very good even balance to add to the Neo Stardom Army. Um, Lady C and you had a chop off towards the end of this match, which actually saw Lady C really keeping up with you in her ability to chop, and then the sound and just the guttural noise that was coming off of Yu's chest. I was really, really impressed with Lady C in this. However, you did follow up with that, chop, pull back up, chop, pull back up, really set Lady C down for the rest of the match. Maika managed to get back in there and kind of have another shoulder check off with you, where they're just really trying to show off their power, which ended up with lariats for just absolutely everyone and everyone being completely laid out. Lady C did try the machine gun chops with you. Unfortunately, it did have the opposite effect that she would expect on there, where it actually hulked up you and managed to get her in a situation where Yuna was whipped into a leg drop by you, where she had her on her shoulders and just whipped her right over. It was a wicked looking leg drop. You follows it up with a splash that ended up pinning Lady C and allowing them to pick up the win on that. Afterwards, you calling out Maika, wondering where Himika is, and getting ready for their match that's coming up. I believe it's on February 4th. Um, where Maika and Himika will be taking on the Neo Stardom armies and the team of Nane Takahashi and you for the Goddess of Stardom Championships. I'm really looking forward to this match. That match is going to be off the chain. You have four powerhouses within this company just going to be slapping meat. I mean, it's going to be amazing. So from here, we're going to move on to the third match, and I believe it was the only. Oh no, there were two matches this night. My mistake. It was another night that there was only one. So we have the first Triangle Derby match of the night, which featured the team of H&M, which is Mayu Iwatani, Momo Kohgo, and Hanan, taking on their other stars, kind of faction mates in Classmates, which featured Hazuki Koguma and Saya Iida, Andre's personal favorite. I didn't have a ton of notes on this one. I was actually very enamored by this match. It wasn't as enamoring as the first time that the pre-derby match that we saw with these two, but I felt that it was actually trying to meet that same energy level, which I very much appreciated. The two things that I noted in this was just that Hanan and her judo chops are absolutely insane, and Ida, of course, is just freaking awesome with her machine gun chops. I would love to see more of Saya Iida in more of a singles competition as opposed to a team. I feel that she gets to show off a lot more when she is more in a singles kind of thing. And then we had the match ending with Hazuki submitting Momo Kogo, picking up the 2 points for Classmates over H&M. I did feel that this was a fun one. It wasn't. Again, it wasn't as awesome as their pre-derby match, but it is certainly worth a watch. So moving on to the fourth match. This was an 8-woman tag match that featured the team of Queen's Quest. So the members were Utami Hayashishita, Saya Kamitani, Azumi, and Miyu Imasaki, taking on the team of Oedo Tai, Rina, Ruaka, Saki Kashima, and Natsuko Tora. This match was two of my personal favorite teams within this company. I always love seeing Utami and Natsuko get into the ring now, especially after seeing their massive showdown when Natsuko Tora did make her return to the ring before the Goddess of Stardom tournament. Miyu wanting to start off, and I you got to know when these little girls are going in there for the first time in the bit, and then like in the first beginning part of the match, it is going to be their time where they're just going to get a little wrecked. Miyu and Misaki did get pretty wrecked for the first little bit, both against Rina and Ruaka. When she managed to take out, Azumi actually managed to take down both Ruaka and Natsuko Tora, two women who pretty much dwarf her regularly. Double takedown with a double crossbody on that. Kashima Saki, though, following up on that with a massive uppercut that just laid out Azumi. Um, Toro and Isami, again, I just absolutely love these two women. Watching them go back and forth is absolutely incredible. They really are fighting for dominance when they get into that ring. Tora really having that I don't give an F attitude, and Utami is just the Red Queen. She's she's Utami. It was a great bout back and forth between them, just really move for move, strike for strike, trying to one up each other. It was absolutely great. Azumi and Rina with the hair pulling. Man, these girls, they really don't care about grabbing a handful right at the root, twisting, and tossing you across the ring. As someone who has exceptionally long hair, that is not something that I want to be dealing with. These women are tough as heck. Oedo Tai really had Queen's Quest scouted, though, intercepting several of their moves, including their triple drop kick. But managing to still save Azumi in the process with this. Queen's Quest, again, they seem like almost like a LIJ or even an United Empire version of them within Stardom, working so well together, so fluidly together to really regain control after being really scouted and kind of broken down by Oedo Tai. Azumi able to pick up a pin over Rina after doing a diving double stomp off of the roof that, or off the top rope there, off the roof. That would be a little insane. Very coup de grace, Finn Balor esque, although we would rather see Finn Balor without pants, just saying. So moving on from here, we've got match 5, which was a trios three-way match. So this was a match that did feature um the teams, some of the teams that were most of the teams that are on the triangle derby, but just a couple ones that have been switched out for the sake of the matches here. So we did have the sort of Bari Bari Bombers. So we have or sorry, we did have the Bari Bari Bombers. We have Giulia, Thekla, and Mai Sakurai taking on the rebel army of Ram Kaichow, Maika Osaki, and oh, Andre and I are going to struggle with this one, Maya Ukihu, taking on. Oh, so it was a triple threat. That's why I'm confused about this. It was a three-way trios match. So it was the Bari Bari Bombers, again, Thekla, Giulia, and Mai Sakurai taking on Rebel Army, Ram Kaicho, Maika Osaki, and Maya Hukihu, and also the Cosmic Angels, Natsupoi, Saki, and another member, Yuko Sakurai, who is a part of the Lollipop faction with Rina and Waka, who performed at the beginning of the night. What Andre has mentioned in the past, and something I wanted to bring up that I actually agree with him with, is that I like in these triple kind of threat matches, it's never a two-person start. There are three teams, so there are three people in the ring, three teams fighting to have that pin. And realistically speaking, he is right. Why would you tag out to a team that isn't your own throughout a match? So I really did enjoy how these kinds of matches started. Natsupoi, Thekla, and Ram all starting out, all lucking up. It was a lot of fun to see all these little girls kind of having fun with this. Once Giulia, Saki, and Maya all got in, Giulia just kind of stood off to the side and didn't kind of do anything, let the other two kind of have it out for a little bit before just randomly running in there and feeding them both a DDT. I gotta say, I love Thekla. I absolutely love Thekla. Making a save for Mai with a vicious kick to Yuko when Mai was stuck in a submission. It really looked like it did knock the wind out of Yuko. Very nasty kick. I gotta love Thekla for that. When Giulia pinned Yuko after a glorious driver, and that is the only move that I remember from Giulia, which is yay, Melball remembered. Yeah, so Giulia picking up a win after here. It was a fun match. You guys definitely got to check out, see how the different moves, or sorry, about how the different rules affect the moves and the like the matches that are happening when you have three people instead of two in these awesome tag matches. So from here, we're going to move on to the final match of the night, which was another triangle derby match, and it featured Club Venus, so Mina Shirakawa, Mariah May, and Xia Brookeside taking on Arbarenbo GE, which is the team of Mirai, Amisore, and Syuri. Mina and Ami having an interesting start. Mina almost toying a bit with Ami. That is a future of Stardom champion, my lady. I know you've been here a bit, but you don't want to be messing with her. She just had a really great match with Saya Kamitani. Don't want to be kind of messing around with that one. Once Saya got in, though, Saya and Mirai having an amazing chain wrestling sequence in the middle of this match. Really, really, really enjoying seeing Saya Brookside in this. I have been missing seeing her in the ring. Seeing her in Stardom again, I think is reignited that passion for her. It's really, really nice to see her just smiling, having fun. But she does add a different degree to Club Venus. I mentioned before, she is almost that kind of grounding factor for the two for the entire team. Um, Mirai had a little bit of an awkward submission on Zaya, but able to recover it very, very quickly. I'm not entirely sure what she was trying to go for, but she ended up feeding it into a kind of a half crab looking thing. It did kind of look like there was a bit of a muddling going on there, but again, just the experience of both Zaya and Mirai, they were able to kind of recover that really quickly. Unless you're looking for it, you're probably going to miss it. Um, so the end of this match coming when actually Syuri manages to get in and submit Zaya Brookside with a very fun looking stretch muffler that she calls Bayako, um, picking up the 2 points for her team. This was a very fun match. I also forgot to mention, I actually really am Mariah May is very much so growing on me. She is absolutely fantastic. She has this fun little flair that she adds on her moves that make them just look absolutely incredible. Just wanted to shout that out. So after the match here, Sori calls out someone who we noticed at the beginning of the match that I didn't mention, which was Chihiro Hashimoto. Decided to come and sit at ringside. She had a special chair set up for her. She watched the match, and Suri kind of called her over, offering a challenge up to her. Mirai taking the mic from Suri, though, and saying that she, in fact, wants to face Chihiro first, and then will be followed up by Suri. So we have now a match set for both Hashimoto taking on Mirai and Suri at some point. I am super excited for this. This was a great way to end off this first show. So that being said, we're going to run down the points real quick if I can find. Yeah, we have Arabembo. Arbarenbo GE sitting at 3 points. And then we have Club Venus, Prominence, Oedo Tai, My Hemi with C, Classmates, Power Passion Pineapple, and Rebel Army all sitting at 2 points. And we have Lollipop, Unique Glare, H&M, Cosmic Angels, and Bari Bari Bombers all currently at on January 6th sitting at 0 points. This was a fun show, a great way to kind of continue on with the second night of the Triangle Derby here.